Hi, good morning everyone. Welcome to Simply Nature, Healthy is Sexy by myself, Jaslin, Chua at 8 a.m. every Thursday morning. Welcome back. I've been on a break for the last 3 weeks. I was on vacation and back and forth Singapore, so I wasn't able to be on live. But welcome back everyone. 大家早上，大家早上好, my friends in Philippines. Mabuhay. Welcome back to Simply Nature, Healthy and Sexy, and this is Jaslin with you 8 a.m. every Thursday. Alright, so I have been sharing about the topic of the 5 basic needs of human. 5 basic needs of what we human needs. And I started off with the air, water, food, clothing now, and shelter. So for the last 50 over episode, I have been on this topic of air, water, and food. I've been pondering on food for almost like 10 of my episode, and today on the 59 episode I'm going to share about number 4, which is clothing or material that we have been in contact with day in and out. And good morning to all my ladies friends and soul-rich women. It's been a while and welcome back to my channel Simply Nature every Thursday 8 a.m. with you, Jaslin. So clothing, what is going to do with clothing? So I've been focusing on food because I think a lot of us cannot do without food. Going forward, I guess many of us were not able to do without beautiful clothing. Shopping all year round, and in Singapore they're having a great Singapore sales. In the Philippines they're having their mid-year sales as well, up to 50% discount, you name it, all the big brands. Clothings, and I'm going to focus on with you today. Finally, I'm jumping on this topic, materials that we are in contact with day in and out that we may not know that is harming you for a long time. So, not to get too biology class on you today, but as you know, the skin is far the biggest organs in our body. Alright, so it does goes without saying that protecting it and treating it, is the utmost important, and which is exactly why we should be thinking about what we come contact with daily, whether it's your fabric, your earrings, your shorts, your bras, your underwears. We got to start thinking about it. In this case, we have ever wondered what is the most worst fabric for our skin is to hear us out, right? Every day in and out we are surrounded by fabrics. So today I'm just going to talk about clothing, and that is what we are wearing every day. But going forward, I will also be touching on materials, what we keep in touch with daily, not only clothing, things that we touch every day, the seats, the fabric in a sofa, and things like that. So on fabrics, on clothing, on material today, we're going to talk about the top 9 fabrics that you should avoid or cut down wearing, and why. So are you guys ready for that? So from clothing, we wear to the sheets on our beds, alright, to the pillowcase, to the sofa fabrics, to the car fabrics, everything that goes with fabrics. Fabrics are around us nearly all the times, and but did you know that the material could actually harm and definitely not going to help your skin, skin health. So we are living in a material world in today's world, and not that long ago people stuck to the natural fiber, wool, cashmere, cotton, silk, linen, and hemp. But if you take a look at your clothing label today, clothing label, whether it's the back or the bottom, there's always a clothing label that you have a choice you can look at, and you're likely to find materials in today's world, rayon, polyester, acrylic, acetane, nylon, synthetic fiber. Additionally, your shirt or your slacks, this is the yoga generation. You will see a lot of tight-fitting slacks, big brands like Under Armour, all this, you know. This advanced technology in fabric may make our life simpler, easier, but at what cost? As I said, all this new technology advances in our fabric, you know, wrinkle-free, dry fit, may make our life simpler. But do you know at what cost? Chemically treated natural and synthetic fabric are a source of toxic that adversely affect your health and the health of the planet. You have been hearing currently all the health issues like eczema, psoriasis, sensitive allergy. Have you wondered why? I mean, why? Here are the short-listed 9 fabric that to avoid and pick the healthier one instead. But as I said, we are into this new technology, scientific world that you might not able to find the origin, the natural form, but close to it. All right. So what are the 9 fabric? Take it down. Number 1, polyester. Polyester is actually one of the worst fabric, by the way. You can buy cheap, maybe not all the time. It is made from synthetic polymer that are made from ester of hydric alcohol and tanthalic acid. As a difficult to pronounce the name. It's chemical. So polyester has been ranked the worst fabric in today's world. Alright, number 2, acrylic fabrics are actually polysilicon nitrite and may cause cancer according to EPA. So the second one is actually acrylic fabric. You have to look at the label, alright? Not all clothing actually have 100% of polyester. Usually it's a mix. And number 3, rayon. Rayon is recycled wood pulp that must be treated with chemical like caustic soda, ammonia, acetone, sulfuric acid to survive regular washing and wearing and lasting. So that was number 3, rayon, which actually you will found mainly in pants and in shorts, in the sportswear. All right. Number 4, acetane and teracetane are made from wood fiber called cellulose and undergo extensive chemical processing to produce the finished product. So if you keep hearing me, you will hear a lot of scientific name, chemical name, because this is exactly what in today's world our clothing are made of. Number 5, nylon. Nylon is made from petroleum and is often given a permanent chemical finish that can be harmful. Alright, nylon is made from petroleum. Alright, hear me well. And it's often given a permanent chemical finish so that it can be lasting. Alright, and that actually is pretty harmful. Number 6, anything static resistant and stain resistant, permanently pressed, wrinkle free, stain proof or moth repellent. These material, many of the stain resistant, in fact, and wrinkle free fabrics are treated with peripheral chemical. In short, it's called PFCs, like Teflon, you know, the Teflon that you found in your frying pan. These chemicals are highly harmful, but we are wearing it every day. For some of the guys out there, if your wife always buying you wrinkle-free shirt, then you are wearing it daily. All right. So, what else? I would say that last but not least, we're coming to number 7. All right. Number 7. What is this? Bamboo. It might sound bamboo is something that is you know, natural from the forest, this sounds fine, perfect, but why is today's bamboo not so good? What do you think? Bamboo, butter soft, fluid, fabric probably comes to mind, but in reality, that's not how it's found in the nature, right? In its natural state, bamboo is stiff and rough. According to research, alright, I'm just quoting from research conducted by Sustainable Outdoor Clothing brand, one of the brand, the process to convert bamboo to its softest state, which is like a rayon fiber, releases toxic chemicals which are carbon disulfide, sodium hydroxide, sulfuric acid, and more. And they are actually reproductive hazard. Alright. So if you are thinking of having a baby and all you have been wearing bamboo material made fabric, think twice. Alright. Number 8, wool. There are many forms of wool, but now we're talking about in general wool, as any of us with dry and sensitive itchy skin issue will tell you so. Certain fabrics exacerbate the problem. One of the biggest culprit is found in the nature, which is wool. We are not living in the condition that is, especially we are in equatorial region, in the Philippines, Singapore, even Taiwan, Japan. We are not in the cold, really cold minus 0 Celsius places that we don't really need wool. So do not be confused with the softener merino wool, which is actually used in today's world in cold region. But we're talking about wool by itself can trigger eczema, flare up. According to Mayo Clinic doctors, says that the fabric can even irritate normal skin. So avoid wool, especially while living in Singapore, Philippines, Hong Kong, Japan, and Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam, Myanmar. We're in Asia. We're in this region. We don't really need the wool. Alright. So number 9, last but not least, vintage clothing. Trendy. Yes, it may be trend that you're trying to carry in today's world. Old vintage, super sand wash jeans and jackets and shirt that may look 100 years old, vintage fashion. The reason that vintage clothing may be harmful to skin is very simple. To get the fabric to that vintage, all fabrics and fur that has not been cleaned properly or not been stored in a dust-free garment bag can harbor years of worth of dust. If you're talking about real, genuine 100 years old vintage clothes, can endanger and raises a rash. But however, the newly acquired vintage in today's world could be chemically washed multiple times. Alright, so you are actually wearing a vintage toxic material clothing. Alright, so when you pick your clothes, you probably don't think about the toxic load on your fabric that you are wearing that is harmful even to the environment. Alright, but most fabric that are made in today's world in our clothes, upholstery or even linen, bed sheets, whatever, are highly processed with tons of chemical. To protect yourself on the inside as well as our outside, talking about underwear as well, of course, we have been introducing our product Simply Nature pparsasia. That is actually a very good product for liver aids and kidney cleansing. Alright, because whatever chemical that we have been exposed to, whether by consuming, even on your skin, you will get to your two most important trash organs, which are the kidney and the liver, which you have to eradicate the toxic. Alright, and one of the things that I've been using is Simply Nature pparsasia tablet as a form of superfood, and it's actually a liver aids and a kidney cleanser as well. So you can actually click on to our link later. I'm gonna share with you you know, in order to flush out this toxic out of the body so it doesn't stick around with you for life and cause you any harm. You know, the best way is really to avoid it and cut down and get into what I'm going to share next, which is the fabric that you should choose, the clothing that you should choose. All right, so modern material, keep in mind that many materials, including the natural fiber in today's world, undergo significant processing that often involve detergent, petrochemical dye, formulate to prevent shrinking, volatile organic compound VOCs, Dorsin producing bleach to get that vintage feel, chemical fabric softener to get that soft and natural feel. All right, these additives on your clothes often so toxic to the human body and may cause heavy metals, of course, pollute the environment as well, right? So what are the fabric, if you could, to seriously look into while you're choosing your fashion clothes? All right, by the process of elimination, you probably already guessed that the best fabric that I mentioned in the beginning are the natural ones. However, nearly all natural, including organic fabrics, are treated with a little chemical to some point, you know, to make it lasting. And during processing, and however, still the better choice I'm gonna name, get ready for it, are number one, cotton. You know, it's been hard, but that you can still find. I was just talking to my husband, you know, where to find cotton, pure 100% cotton. 100% cotton, you know. Maybe India, probably you can still find pretty a lot. I was told, I'm not too sure. So this time back, when I'm back to Singapore, I'm going to get to Little India, alright, see anything that is can be cotton. Number two, silk as well. So probably again Little India in Singapore, I'm going to find things silk made from, trying to get 100% out there. Number three, linen. All right, linen, probably you will find pretty a lot that you can find in today's world. Still bed sheets. All right, that's why it's so costly. Bed sheets, one set, you know, can cost you 200 Sing dollars or US dollars depending on the brand, but that's how it is in today's world. Natural things are getting more expensive because people are just not producing it. Agriculture are diminishing. You know, you find it hard to find these days because it's rare. It's like a rare commodity. All right, cotton, silk, linen. Number four, hemp as well. I mean, hemp itself is actually also a natural form, but it's getting less and less. But probably you can find in some of the clothing. Okay, we'll talk about the kind of wool that is natural form, which is actually wool that is named hang on, let me get the name, merino wool. All right, merino wool, you have to look at that. It's actually said it's merino. If not, never mind, forget about it. All right, so last but not least, cashmere. Cashmere is one form that is actually pretty good in today's world. Probably you find in Middle East because they really need it to protect themselves from heat and from cold. So but in our region, you know, Singapore, Philippines, Taiwan, Malaysia, Vietnam, and Indonesia, Thailand, I think let's stick to cotton, silk, and linen. All right, if you could find that three and it says 100%, of course, depending on the brand, you know, if it's costly, like 100 US dollars for cotton, I'm sure it's most likely it's going to be really 100% cotton. All right, but if it's like $20 and it says it's pure cotton, it says 100% cotton, I'll give it the benefit of doubt, but it's hardly possible, right? But if it's 100% cotton, if it costs you 20 US dollars or $20 Sing, well, maybe it's 70% cotton. It's better than nothing. All right, so cotton, silk, linen is probably, you can find it. I'm not going to name the brands, but you just have to look at the label on your own. All right, and do some research. You know, go to Dr. Google. You can find a lot of research. All right, so what's the takeaway? If you can purchase and wear organic fiber and organic clothing, while they still can be a little processed to some extent, they are often better than synthetic. All right, so look for all the three that I mentioned in our region. People in the Middle East, you could probably find good cashmere. Northern people probably have to go to places like Mongolia, Kyrgyzstan, all right, probably they can find better quality cotton there. So to remember to avoid chemical dry cleaning as well, all right, in the process of your cleaning your clothes, it could actually stays on your clothes if it's not properly washed, even though it's 100% cotton that you are having it. But if you use high chemical drying cleaning, especially if you're sending your clothes for dry cleaning, all right, what do you think? Dry cleaning chemical, right? So whatever possible, if you could, look for green detergent, all right, organic detergent in short, all right, reducing your toxic load on your clothes while you know while you're developing a strong immune system, all right. That's the strategy, you know. While you are preparing to wash your clothes, remember, all right, look for green detergent, all right. At the same time, you can't avoid anything, just make sure that you build a strong immune system on your skin, all right. How do you do that? As I mentioned, you know, make sure that you remove toxicity, having a liver aid food, Simply Nature PPARS, making sure that your kidney, this trash organs that is important, is also properly cleansed. Go for probiotic as well. It's a good form of natural food that will helps to make sure that your colon is cleansed as well. Fermented vegetable like kimchi, you know, natural forms of food that actually will also cleanse your internal organs, making sure that your inner ecosystem is perfect. Okay, of course, organic food and organic drink is actually one way to betterment of your health. But today I'm talking about skin health, talking about fabric that you're exposed to every day, whether it's clothing or your pants or your underwear that's made of non-cotton or non-organic material. No wonder, right? No wonder you are having so many skin issue right now. If your skin health is your real concern, we hope that what I've shared today, you know, encourage you and make you more mindful of the material that you're wearing today. So that's all I have for you today. You know, hope it's beneficial and it's encouraged you and give you some idea how you go about dealing with material. All right, as I've been sharing for the 5 major topic of human, probably will be still hovering on this topic on material, all right, on clothing. So welcome back once again every Thursday with you, Simply Nature. This is Jaslin, 8 a.m. Healthy, sexy, of course, and let's work together to get a better health. All right, so follow us on Facebook. We are on Simply Nature. My live is on Simply Nature every Thursday. All right, if you miss any of my episode, you could always go down to my YouTube channel. Click on the second link. All right, so if you want to know more about Simply Nature, click on to our simplynature.asia, and there it is. None but not least, here I'm going to share about the order. If you are keen to purchase your order, then click on to your international order and Philippine orders. All right, so brought to you by Simply Nature, Healthy and Sexy, and this is Jaslin. Thank you for watching. God bless you. See you then. Bye.